I'm not going to edit that first part out.
Because I don't cut edit anything. What's up, YouTube? This is the Six Pack Podcast, but Vincent is not here, so we're not drinking beer, and it's me and Troy. And the mic is on, I'm assuming. So.
It worked last time. That wasn't on. So.
Yeah, still. Anyways. So I got a Monster 300 Java Monster triple shot because your boy needs a little bit of caffeine right now. Long nights and long days. We don't cheers coffees because that's weird. Alright, so on what's today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
So on Friday night we went to see DJ Paul at the Halton Theater. Smooth Vega put on the show. It was a great show. Mm-hmm. A lot of local artists. Got exposed to a lot of new music, new artists, and networked with some people. Young Troy here wants to get into photography and videography and the whole spectrum. So we had some really good conversations with guys that are in that industry.
Did you ever find that dude's name? If it was Rod, I know it starts with an R.
I follow him on Instagram. I don't remember what his first name is. I know I can find him if I need to find him. Mm-hmm. But, so it gives kind of Troy a path. Because Troy's kind of... You're enrolled in those classes for next year, right? Mm-hmm. So, what is it, media tech, or...
It's like digital, some media, something.
Digital media, sophistication and such. Just making stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Oh, man, I don't have my hat. My hair's going to look crazy. Oh, well. Whatever. But, yeah, so we got to network and talk with some people and kind of get like an insider view on some things that he was interested in. So, I mean, all in all, the show was great. DJ Paul's set was really good. Dank's set, Dank 817, his set was good. Mm-hmm. Finally got to see Dank perform some of his songs live, just his stuff. Because every time I've gone, it's been him and Fostepco, so it's kind of like the collaboration kind of jam. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I've never seen Dank perform by himself.
I don't really remember all the other artists over there, but none of them are really bad.
They weren't really bad.
Bad.
But I mean, a lot of them are just like up and comers that are from around here, and I mean, it takes a lot of time to invest into yourself, and I mean, most rappers have a normal job if they're not signed to a major label, so you got to think you got your living expenses, then you got to think, okay, you pay for studio time, and I mean, studio time here in Fort Worth. I mean, I know a couple of studios, and I mean, you're looking anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour. So, I mean, let's say, I would think in 45 minutes to an hour, you could record a whole song. But I mean, let's say you're doing 12 songs for an album or 7 songs for whatever your LP is going to be. So, you got to put all that into account, that a lot of these rappers are self-promoted. They don't have a manager that's going out there putting their name in the hat for everything. So, I think it was a pretty good show for what it was. I mean, it was pretty chill, pretty kickback. The venue's way big. Like, they had wrestling there the next night. Dank went up there. He had the videos on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I forgot he told us that was going to
happen. And, I mean, if they could have a wrestling ring inside the venue where you watched a rap concert, you know, it's pretty big. Like, full setup, so... But it's a cool spot. Definitely will be back. I think this weekend is, Mr. Pookie. You won't remember who that is. But if anybody remembers like Crook for Life from when like we were in like high school, like 2006, 2005, it might be older than that. Jeez. I'm showing my age, but yeah, so we did that, and then we hung out with Dank a little bit, hung out with the guys from Crooked Tooth and Fostepco. What else did we do that night?
Went to Waffle House.
We went to Waffle House. Waffle House is delicious at what time was it? Like
I don't know.
1 o'clock or 1:30 in the morning. Eating Waffle House. Yes. Those grits were hitting.
Those hash browns were good. With waffles.
Hash browns with waffles. You made like some weird like taco nacho thing.
With peanut butter too.
With peanut butter too, yes. Peanut butter on everything. But we were talking about stuff that night when we were driving home. Don't remember any of that.
Don't remember any of that.
Oh, terrible. I think we were just talking about... Oh, so one of the guys that we talked to, he was telling us that he got into photography and videography post-COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So he said he was working for like a major computer company, and they laid him off. So he said with his unemployment that he was getting, plus the bonus that was happening during COVID, he just invested in equipment. And now
he did it at like the perfect time.
I mean, he
didn't have to really pay for most of it.
Yeah, because he got the extra money coming in, so the extra money helped him with setting up his business basically now. And we saw his camera; he was shooting video, and I was like, "Hey man, come here." So I was like, "Hey man,
$8,000.
I was like, I bet that's like, what did I say, 2,000 maybe, or 1,500?
Our estimate was 300,000.
No, 300,000.
Wait.
I think it was. We said 3,000. We said $3,000, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, with this lens and with this and the mic, yeah, it's about $8,000." I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, he literally got into like one little attachment to it, and it already beat what we had said.
Yeah, so it was good to talk to some people that knew what they were talking about, because we were just like, it only cost us this much, and really it's like twice what we thought.
Yeah, I feel like I like that dude better because he went into like more detail, I guess, than the other dude.
I think he just went into like the money you could actually make, and then
the other dude was like, "Oh yeah, we did this," and then that was like kind of it, and then he disappeared.
Yeah, he was part of security that night, so he went and met DJ Paul. That's what happened. So him and that guy from the other band. But yeah, just out there networking, making connections with people, and see what happens. At least Troy has some insider scoop on the industry now, and he can do whatever he wants with it. If he wants to take off and get into, what did that dude say? That there's a company out of Dallas that charges like $12,000 a wedding.
Yeah.
And they only do like 20 weddings a year. And I'm like,
were they? I don't know. I think it's a company. Either his friend or he works for.
Yeah, and then he was talking about there's a website you get in, like it's just for like licensed photographer. Not licensed, but like apparently someone's got to get you in, and then they just send you job postings. And he said it was like $52,000 for a 13-day shoot on a movie set. Yeah. And I'm like, bruh, that's basically what I make in a year at a normal job. And he's saying he can make it in 13 days.
Which you could do that twice. In a month.
Yeah, but probably do it once. Like,
well, you probably wouldn't, but you could.
But every setup wasn't like that, because he said some were like 2-day shoots and they were for like $2,000. But still,
yeah.
And I mean, you work 2 days, and he said they cover like they comp rooms, they comp food. So basically, you're going on their dime just to work for them, and it sounds like a great deal.
And like I think that one that he was talking about, like all you were doing was working the camera operator for the.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to talk to guys that knew what they were talking about, because I mean, you can't get that information. You can't go on YouTube and expect everybody on YouTube to tell you the truth. Like, oh yeah, I make $6,000 a weekend. Because he was telling us, he goes, man, sometimes you make $200 a day.
Yeah.
And he goes, maybe that's 3 hours of the day, and you made $200. And other days you make $1,000 because you worked for 10 hours or whatever. So it was just cool to get some exposure and get get some information that we didn't have, some gaining knowledge. Let's put it that way. But yeah, man, Troy's got tests this week, and oh man, he's gonna be a little freshman next year. Oh, I don't like thinking about that either. It makes me feel old.
It makes me feel old. I'm only like.
It makes you feel old? Okay. Oh.
I feel like middle school went by like really fast though. I mean, it's only 3 years compared to elementary. It's just like 5.
Yeah, and you were at the same school for elementary for all those years. Yeah. And then now you're done here at CMS.
I'll talk with my friends about it. I'll be like, man, I literally have to be with the same people for 3 years and then another 4. And then I was like, oh wait, I went to elementary where I was with the same people for like 5.
Yeah. But, I mean, people move.
Yeah.
Kids go to different schools. Crowley rezones for no reason.
I think out of, well, just middle school and then elementary, I think more people moved during elementary, like throughout the year and like at the end, so you wouldn't see them next year. Because there's not that many people that I know that have, like, mostly everybody stayed.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to private school when I was a little kid, so it was the same people. Our parents wanted us in private school. And then went to high school at public school, so it makes no sense. It probably should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
Whatevs, I didn't pay for it. Oh, I wish I had
One thing that I
money
am
though.
worried about, though, is because the North Crowley, some of the classes might be on the other campus, because there's a 9th grade one, and then there's 10th, 11th, and 12th. But, like, they're not really close together. They're, like, a little separated.
They're not really far apart either.
Like,
They're on the same block. There's just nothing else on the block but a football field and a field. It's not that far.
it looks farther.
I'm sure there's a back way.
Yeah.
Walking through a field. Yeah. Or they have a sidewalk just paved.
Just.
Well, yeah, that was our adventure Friday night. What did we do Saturday?
What did we do Saturday? I think we might have just stayed home, maybe.
Did you go? You went out
I
Saturday.
went out. Yeah.
You went out Saturday. And what did I do Saturday during the day? Oh, we watched TCU lose. That happened. Oh, made pozole. That was good.
Yeah.
Troy's been waiting on pozole for a year. A year. How many bowls of pozole did you eat?
At least 3.
I think I ate like 6.
Oh, that was 3 of us in one day.
Oh. I ate a bowl when we got home that night after after Waffle House. Just the tryout bowl to make sure everything tasted right. But yeah, it was good. There's still a little bit left, but I'm pretty sure it's bad, so we're gonna throw it out.
Yeah.
Just one bowl went to waste, basically. But it was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be forced to make this again pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, what did we do Sunday?
Sunday, we went to
we went to see Santa Claus. We went to see Sandy Claus.
Was that this week?
Yeah, that was Sunday. We went and saw Santa Claus at Turning Point.
And then we went to...
At Turning Point Brewery. Not Turning Point Church. Like, if you haven't been to Turning Point Brewery, and if I just say Turning Point and you're from the area, you'll be like, Turning Point Church? We went to Turning Point Brewery in Bedford, and then we went to the Horror Freak Shop and the Retro Freak Shop, and I think the other one's just called Freak.
The Freak.
The Freak?
The Freak, and then Horror Freak, and then Retro Freak. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know what the arcade.
Why isn't it called Arcade Freak? That's what it should be called. Yeah. If they're all freaks 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same shopping center strip. But yeah, we went out there. Kane didn't want to take a picture with Santa Claus. Oliver smiled.
Oliver started crying in the Horror Freak.
Everyone kept spilling hot chocolate everywhere.
Actually.
You didn't, but Oliver spilled his twice. Kane spilled like an entire cup.
Oh no, Oliver spilled his entire cup on the table.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. But the Eagles got the W.
Yes.
And yeah.
I wore my jersey that day.
You did wear your jersey. I wore my hat. Oh, but I got my hoodie from Dank THU, Too High University.
I got mine.
You got your Stepco jacket, your 1 of 1. Mm-hmm. I would have bought that jacket in my size if it was 1 of 1 and 2X.
Wait, what size is this?
A large.
Oh, it's just mine.
Yeah, just your size. If I put it on, I'd rip the seams. But yeah, so. And then we got we're going to cook those tonight. So we're at the DJ Paul show, and apparently DJ Paul has barbecue sauce and a seasonal called Kick-Ass Seasoning or something. So yesterday, smothered some pork chops and the barbecue sauce and a little bit of seasoning. We're going to throw those on the grill tonight. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes.
We got a keychain too.
And Troy got his Hypnotized Mind keychain. Yeah, I finally got in a mosh pit after, oh man, it's probably been Ooh, last time I was at a mosh pit, would probably have been a Demon Hunter show at Trees in Deep Ellum in like 2019 maybe, before COVID.
Oh, so before like concerts were.
Yeah, so September of 2019, I think was the last time I was at a mosh pit, and now I'm just realizing that was 3 years ago.
2019. Dang.
Yeah, was it? Maybe it was 2018. I don't remember. It's been a while. But the mosh pit was it wasn't as crazy as I've seen mosh pits. Like no one got like broken noses or black eyes or anything. But DJ Paul's like, I want to see a mosh pit. So we moved all those tables and then started a mosh pit. And there was some dudes like smash dancing, swinging pretty hard, and trying to make sure Troy was okay. He was pretty close to the action though. And then
I was like, I made the circle around it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, scoot back, guys. Be careful.
But there was one dude. He wasn't even in the middle. Like he was stepping out. Like he was about to go run in.
Yeah.
And he slipped on some water.
Well, because there was like water and spilled beers and stuff all over the floor.
And like he was like so close to hitting the back of his head on this table. Like it went, like he went right past it. I was like, that guy got so lucky.
Yeah, and then, of course, like it was probably like 4 or 5 dudes that took their shirt off.
Yeah.
That one big boy had his shirt off. Wasn't nobody trying to run into him. It was too hot in there. It was hot in the venue.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Got in the pit, got a breather, got back in it, and then DJ Paul went on to like the next set of songs, and he's like, "It's cool, man. Y'all can scoot back up." And he was like,
safe now.
He was like, I don't know, man. They didn't take their shirts off." So that was pretty cool, and
definitely got secondhand.
Yeah, there was a lot of weed at that show, and just saying, Haltom Theater is cannabis friendly. Apparently, they don't give a shit. So, but yeah, there's quite a few spots that are like that now, where it's like it's legal in so many states that some places are just like, whatever. I mean, we're gonna tell you no, and you're gonna go do it in the parking lot, and then come back in smelling like it. So, I mean, there's some places that are extremely strict about it. So, it's kind of just you got to know somebody that knows where you can and can't do shit like that at. But if you want to know some places, message me on Instagram, and I'll let you know some places. Or you could just not care at all and just light up a blunt like Dank did during his set on stage.
And DJ Paul got somebody's blunt, and he hit it, and then he put it back. He was like, "There better not be no fentanyl on that."
I do remember that. I forgot he said that. But yeah, he did 2 shows that night. He left there and then went to Dallas and did a show.
I thought he had an after party.
Or he did a show. It wasn't just the after party. Like, he performed over there, too, apparently.
Dang.
What was he in, a Bentley? Or a Rolls?
It was a Rolls.
A Rolls Royce? I was like, dang, this was just pull up in a Rolls Royce.
I was like, there's an RV, and then there's, like, this fancy car. And you're like, that's probably his car.
That's his car.
And then we saw it, and we were like, yeah, it's his car. Nobody else here can afford a Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
like,
no one else up there was driving a Rolls Royce around. But yeah, it was a good time. For a random Haltom City Theater show. And then, I don't know what the next one I'm going to go to is over there. I don't know what XB's date is. But I'll be back there for sure for a show at some point. Going to Tulips to see Kai Woods and Godbold, though, on January 6th. And then, what else I got going on? I don't think I got any. Oh, I'm going to go see Joe on Saturday at Fort Brewery. I've never even been there. Apparently they have pizza and beer. Fort Brewery. It's over there by Docks, I think. I think that's where it's at.
I haven't been to Docks in a while.
I know.
The last time I went there, they had a love letter for you for the Trippie Red album.
Yeah.
I think it was like 26. Which was actually like really cheap. I thought it was gonna be stupid expensive. It was just a regular version. It wasn't the purple one. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So you didn't get it? No. I don't remember. Oh, it was when we had Raymond.
Oh, when you went?
Yeah.
With Junior?
Oliver started crying.
Huh?
Oliver started crying.
Because he don't like that place?
We were like, where are we going? And we had told him we were going to go to a park.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We went to the park, but we just wanted, I was like, hey, can we go here first? And he was like, yeah. So then we went there, and then we were pulling up, and Oliver was like, I hate this place!
Poor Oliver. He does. Well, because when we go to Doc's, we go, when I have you, we usually go on those Saturdays. Mm-hmm. When Shiner sponsors the event, and it's 3 beers, and then they have the vintage market in the back. And then they always have some kind of live music going on inside. Yeah. Just local bands and stuff.
Man, it was so loud that one time we went. When it was hot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. When it's hot, though, like, I don't know if I'll do that again.
There's no shade out there.
There's no shade in the back. Even if you're in between the buildings and you got and like a tank top on, you're still sweating
doesn't it
balls.
It starts at 11, right?
Noon. Well, it starts at 11. The event is open at 11 with the vendors.
Yeah.
But the music starts at noon or 1.
So, like, even if you were in, like, the middle of those 2 buildings, it's just
the sun's, like, straight down on you. Yeah. But it was hot that one day. I remember when we went. I was like, God dang. And then we had the baby in that bullshit stroller.